Okay, everybody. Hello. We're here with our Emerald Bodywork Education Student of the Month, Robert. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
So I had to just shoot Robert a message on Instagram and be like, "Hey, you're a Student of the Month. When can we meet?" So, Robert, if you don't mind just telling us about when you got your little Instagram post that you're Student of the Month, and then just introducing yourself, your business, what you do, who you are, what you're about. I'm going to let you take the floor.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll definitely try and keep it short. I do get long-winded at times, but when you send me that DM on Instagram, it made my day, to tell you the truth. I keep up with your postings online and seeing the student of the month and everything. And I don't remember the particular day, but I do remember I was having a slow day at work, and that just really made it okay. I mean, that made the day fine, and I was really happy to see that. I'm Robert. My company's name is North Texas Massage and Recovery. Um, I I try and be kind of a jack of all trades as far as my services are concerned. I do tend to, I guess, flourish or get the best feedback on just old school, relaxation, take the stress away, tension, work at a desk job type of modality, I guess, or services. However, thanks to Emerald, I'm certified in quite a few different things, and I do anything from hot stone, sports massage, prenatal, and there's a few more that I'm working on trying to get into the next time y'all have classes, so that way I can just kind of help people with whatever they need. That's the thing, is I want to be a jack of all trades, so that way it becomes concentrated on the person, the client, what they need. I want to be able to provide the service for them.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit before the interview started, and you were just kind of talking about how you love to provide that relaxation and be that go-to person for your clients. And a lot of heart was coming out in all of that. So I'm curious. I've heard some of your story, but I think there's probably more to the story. What made you want to be a massage therapist? What brings you here?
Well, it is a long story, so I'll try and give the abridged version. If anybody wants to know longer, I'm an open book. Feel free to contact me. I'll let you know the whole thing. But I've always been interested just in the muscles in the body, kinesiology. When I was younger, I was in athletics in school. I fell in love middle school, high school with bodybuilding. You really see the muscles whenever someone's a competitive bodybuilder, and that interest just kind of always stayed with me. I've wanted to kind of become a trainer at times, and uh, life just steered me in a different direction. I was in the insurance industry for about 20 years or so. From the time I was 16 to right about 36 or so, I was in insurance. And that kind of brought me to Dallas from West Texas, from where I'm from. 806 represent.
Woo! 806. Yes. The first student of the month with from 806. Sorry, I had to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, back to you.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I still have my 806 phone number for my personal number, but I am from Amarillo. Most people don't know where that's at. They know about the state challenge that we have there, and that's about it. But I just came here to work for State Farm whenever they moved to Dallas, the Dallas area. And what the long and short of it is, I was morbidly obese for most of my life. Got close to about 500 pounds or so for quite a while, and I ended up dying twice. um, and was brought back both times. Thankfully, doctors able to bring me back into the world of the living, so to speak, and found out that what happened is, because of being obese for so long, I developed cirrhosis, uh,
You developed
non-alcoholic
you developed cirrhosis,
cirrhosis of the liver. Yeah,
non-alcoholic cirrhosis. Okay.
non-alcoholic. Yeah, at the time it was called NASH, non-alcoholic Dacio something or other is the $5 word. That's beyond my knowledge, but now they call it fatty liver disease. It's kind of what most people are more familiar with. But uh, fat just kind of encased my liver and basically attached itself and started to kill my liver. And it caused me to have internal bleeds, and I basically bled to death twice uh, without knowing it. But just through recovery of that and over a few years period, I ended up developing as a kind of a side effect hepatic encephalopathy, which is brain toxicity. So my job at State Farm, I was a claims specialist, and I became a little slower at my job. Sometimes I have some cognitive issues where I forget the exact process, or it could be, for instance, like exactly which program to launch first. I would know what to do. I've never had an issue with how to proceed. It was just I would have to think a little bit longer of, okay, if this program first and then that program or whatever it may be. And just in trying to figure out what I could do with my doctor, he had me take short term disability and try and actually go on disability with the state. That fell through. I was getting pretty bad, had to change medicines, do a couple of procedures, and kind of ended up not being able to perform my job at State Farm. Whenever my short term was up, they said time to come back. My doctor hadn't released me yet, so they said, then we take it as you don't want your job. And I got a nice box with all the stuff that was in my desk. So I had to find something. And growing up, my mom, my sisters, my girlfriend, my wife now, was always, so you rub my back, we rub my feet, you're good at it or whatever. Just kind of had a natural tendency for it, and so it became a legit plan or a thought, something I could look into and do. And COVID hit. I was at the time I was actually working at a gym. I was in a training program to be a manager. COVID hit. We shut down, and when they were ready to reopen because of my cirrhosis, I'm immunodeficient, so I had to be very, very careful. At the time, so much was unknown. I personally, my brother-in-law, we lost him to COVID at that time. So, and he was the healthiest person I knew in my life. So if he couldn't make it, I didn't know what chance I had. So I couldn't go back. I had to quit that job. And that's when I found massage and found a massage school and enrolled with the money that they gave, the 1,200. I don't even remember what they call it. I want to say the bonus, but that's not it. But the money that was sent out to people to help, we had some savings, so I was actually able to put that towards tuition and got into massage therapy because there's no rigid set process. I don't have to memorize 2 minutes on this one, 2 minutes on that arm, 5 minutes on the back, whatever. I don't have to, I'm stuck to that rigid. I need to know contraindications. I need to know the muscles themselves, which I just constantly review. And it kind of is like a hand in glove fit. And I fell in love with it. And quite honestly, I wish I'd have done that 20 years ago instead of insurance. I'd be a lot happier now. Quite honestly, probably healthier, a lot less stress.
That's what I was gonna say. You probably would have. You probably wouldn't have died twice.
I hope probably wouldn't have. And
Yeah,
I haven't died a third time. So far, it's on progress.
that's definitely progress. Definitely. As a therapist, that story, man, you've got a lot to offer there. So I'm going to ask you, that kind of leads me to my next question. What is the client? Who is the client that you just love to work with? Who's that ideal client that, I mean, of course, we love to work with all of our clients, but usually there's a client that has a tendency toward this, or clients that move, clients that don't move, clients that have certain health concerns or need certain work that we just really like to get on our books. So who's that client for you?
Well, like you said, honestly, I'm open to everybody. I love working on anybody. It's a challenge for me to have different problems or conditions, whatever it may be. But I'd say what I probably get the most joy out of working with is kind of the just old school relaxation, Swedish massage, uh, relieving someone's stress and anxiety. They're tense from work, from the environment we live in. Look at from day to day, what's going to happen next? I mean, just so many people carry that weight nowadays, and I want to be that one that, even if it's just an hour, just let them escape from the world, feel better, and kind of power up and go back out there and keep fighting the good fight.
I love it. There's a lot to be said for the old school relaxation massage. I find a very difficult time doing a lot of beneficial work until my client lets go and relaxes and once they relax, half my job is done.
Exactly.
So yeah. So sometimes that therapeutic work is necessary. And I know you're trained in all of those also. So that's beautiful. Bring that client to relaxation, gain that trust, and get parasympathetic in the driver's seat so you're not fighting the sympathetic nervous system, and then away you go, right?
Exactly. And then, if they have a specific issue, hamstring, biceps, shoulder, whatever, we can address that because they're at ease.
Yeah,
And
I love
they
it.
come out feeling the immediate effect of just being like, coming out massage drunk, as we say, just on that little cloud 9, that kind of high. And then they notice in the days after that, the problem that they had is alleviated or it's lessened at least. And they know that, hey, I need to, come back in, whatever it might be, a month, 2 weeks, and just keep this going good. Just
Yeah.
track, and then it
So
just becomes a maintenance.
exactly. Oh, we love that maintenance, don't we? Yeah, that's the ticket right there. So what and it doesn't have to be a modality that you learned at Emerald, but what modality did just kind of turn the light on for you that just kind of changed your trajectory after school and all of that? Was there a modality that you learned that you were like, okay, that gives me a whole new perspective?
Honestly, there was, and coincidentally enough, I guess in the plug, it was from Emerald. Um, I had taken one of the prenatal uh, classes, and in fact, I want to now. I'm looking forward to the postnatal and the infant, so I can do that. But when I first started, like a lot of males, I kind of thought it would be on the sports side, which is why I put recovery in the name, massage and recovery, because I myself, I'm a grappler. I do jujitsu. It's kind of like wrestling, but instead of pins, we try and choke the other person, or hyperextend a joint, and until they give up, basically. And so there's a lot of recovery work in that. You use your full body, even if you don't get your joints hyperextended. Your muscles are sore. You get problem areas, and that was really what I focused on at first: cupping, grasping, things of that sort, stretching, and I was working at a chain and went through their kind of basic prenatal that they had, wanted more. I'm always looking for more to learn, even if it's something I'm certified in. I'll just retake a course just because I'm sure there's stuff I've forgotten, especially with my condition. And so, um, whenever I had my first few prenatal clients there, and I got good feedback, they actually emailed the chain and gave their feedback and was talking about how great they felt afterwards and how they were hurting, they were stressed, and just being pregnant was hard. I know I have 3 kids. I know what my wife went through while she was pregnant and trying to keep her at ease as best I could. I wish I had this knowledge back then. Probably would have made her. She didn't have necessarily a difficult pregnancy, but it sure would have made it a lot easier. I could have helped her physically, as well as emotionally, and just support in general. And that's kind of what turned me into liking just taking stress, the relaxation side of it, kind of almost like the like a lot of people tend to say like the spa type massage. That really did. I still love sports massage. I sponsor athletes from time to time for whenever they have fight prep or a bodybuilding show coming up, something to that effect. Work out things with them where they buy like a pack of sessions and keep them on top of their game. But if I had to choose just one, that would be it. And it was after getting certified in prenatal.
That's awesome. I love that. That's good. Yeah. Prenatal kind of I think some people take prenatal because they think they're supposed to know something about it, or their employer asked them to. And the prenatal class it typically is different than what they thought it was going to be. And they're like, oh, okay, well, all right, this is a little more in depth, or this is a little more detailed, or I didn't know you could actually do that with prenatal. So it's always fun to kind of turn the light bulb on with that one. Cool.
Oh
Well, we've got postnatal coming up, so you need to check. You need to check the
yeah,
website.
yeah.
So
I try and keep up with it, and try and coordinate it with getting off a day or two from work, and they're good. I still work for a different chain, but I still work part time for a chain while I'm building my clientele, and especially if it's something that's going to improve my skills, they're more than happy to give me the time. So.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna link where everybody can find you because you're a mobile therapist. You have a space that you sublet. Tell me a little bit about how to find you and how you operate your business.
Yeah, I do one day a week on Mondays. Right now, I do have a suite, and I sublet from a spray tan client of mine. I guess not client. She's a massage client. She owns the spray tan business,
Gotcha.
and we worked out a deal for the space, and I work there Mondays, but the rest of the week I am mobile, and oh, my mind just went blank. I'm so sorry. See, talking about it, there goes my cognitive issues. Um, but yeah, I'm doing that and working at the chain, just to build up my clientele. To find me, I'm most active probably on Instagram.
Yeah.
Um, I do have a website, I have a Facebook, but my Instagram is North Texas Massage, and that's my Facebook as well. And I've always on those checking stuff, posting specials, posting whatever information, sometimes some little funny cartoons, videos, whatever I can to just engage. And um, I have a schedule with app, but most of the time people just they DM me,
Okay.
hey, do you have this availability on this day, and we work out a time. And if it's on a Monday, they come see me. If it's any other day of the week, I go see them.
Okay, perfect. So North Texas Massage is where we can find you on Instagram and Facebook. We're going to put that with this interview and with our little promotions of you for the rest of the month. And yeah, we'll be sharing that. So, real quick before we go, what is something that you would say to a massage therapy student? So, someone that's in the foundational program, preparing to take their licensing exam. Give us your words of wisdom, sir.
The preparation for the exam start date specifically, don't overstress yourself. You've taken the classes, you've taken the test, you've done the practice test. I'm sure you have the index cards and everything else that we all got. And trust in your skill. That was one of the hardest things for me whenever I started. It's almost I can't remember what the name of the syndrome, like not Baker syndrome, but
Imposter syndrome.
imposter syndrome. Thank you very much. That's what it is. And it's like, do I actually know what I'm doing? And the more you get into it, the more comfortable you get, and you're like, yeah, I do. But I was when I had a notebook written where that it was kind of rigid, X many minutes on this section, X many minutes on this section, and then over time it just turned into a flow, and it's like, no, 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 let the body guide you, let their problems, their issues tell you where to go, and that's been the most successful. That's what people, the feedback I get, that's what they love. They're like, you just seem to find stuff I didn't even know was hurting, and you got it fixed, and I felt not melt away literally, and they tell me things of that sort. Just trust in yourself. You've already got the skill. Now you just need the state to tell you that you can do it professionally, and then just hit the ground running. I mean, just never ever be afraid to market yourself. Never be afraid to pass out a card. Never be afraid to tell someone that what you do. You are going to get the crude jokes and the funnies and that people always do with massage. So get used to it, but find a creative way to answer it and everything, and you'll be good. And just keep on learning. Link up with with Emerald, and and just always keep learning. Never think that no matter how long you have in the industry or how long you've been licensed that you know it. You know, and even if you did, you probably forgot some of it.
I like it. Thanks for the plug, Robert.
Oh, I've seen your praises. I mean, to any therapist I come to, it's honest to God. I I always brag about you. Just the instructions so much fun. It's easy to learn to take in the information. The pace is great, and like I said, for me, especially starting out, the pricing is awesome. Compared to so many places, it's like I can't even afford to learn. With some companies that you see, and then you don't really know what you're getting if it's even worth it till after you paid it. With Emerald, y'all are here. You have in-person classes. I know I've seen a few notices for some Zoom classes that y'all doing or virtual learning, and that's awesome. I mean, y'all are always my first go-to whenever I want to get a new certification, new modality, or just a refresher. I look to you all first, and then if it's something either too far away or y'all don't have plans, then I'll look at it.
Well, thank you. And if there's any time that you're looking for a class that we don't offer or we don't have on the website, it could possibly be written and we just don't have it on the book yet. Or, nobody's asked for it in a while. And if it's not something that we do teach, we go out there and find a teacher for you if we have enough people asking for it. So don't ever be afraid to ask for a class. If we don't teach it, we'll bust our buns to find it for you.
Oh,
So
definitely. You and Amy have been my go-to for information for quite a while. I mean, before I even took my first class, y'all
good.
was always quick to respond to any questions that I had about classes, certifications, things of that sort. And so that's why I say that I'm pretty fiercely loyal. So I find that there's genuinely good people there and good instruction, and everything else. But y'all are always my first go-to. Yeah.
We appreciate you, sir, and we wish you the best. And we're going to tell all the viewers at home goodbye for now. And
Bye.
be looking for more information on Robert for the rest of the month, our student of the month for October.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Come see me. I'm running some specials right now. So follow me on Instagram and come in for some funnies and then come in to get your stuff fixed too.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.